What if I told you that nearly everyone trying to lose weight is looking in the wrong direction? According to recent statistics, over 55% of American adults began 2025 with the goal of shedding pounds. Yet by today, only about 1% have truly succeeded. That shocking gap raises an important question. Why do so many people fail at weight loss despite endless diets, workouts, and programs? Hello, and welcome back to our Senior Health series, where we uncover the truth about your body and metabolism. In this episode, we'll dive into the hidden science of weight loss that almost no one talks about, the hormones and biochemical processes that truly decide whether your body burns fat or stubbornly stores it. Dr. Benjamin Bikman, a leading metabolic health expert and professor of physiology at Brigham Young University, has spent years studying why traditional weight loss methods fall short. He explains that most people focus only on external factors, cutting calories, counting carbs, or sweating at the gym. While those efforts matter, they often lead to what he calls metabolic traps. In these traps, either the weight comes off painfully slowly, or worse, it returns with a vengeance once the diet ends. The real story is deeper. Obesity isn't simply about willpower or arithmetic, burning more calories than you eat. Instead, it's largely about biochemistry. Hormones such as insulin, leptin, and cortisol are powerful regulators of fat storage. If these hormones dictate that calories should be stored, no amount of diet or exercise will work long-term. That's why millions of people feel stuck in a cycle of losing and regaining weight. In this series, we'll explore these hidden metabolic players and reveal strategies supported by science to finally escape the traps.
When most people hear the word bilirubin, they think of jaundice or liver disease. But here's the surprise. This yellowish compound, long seen only as a waste product, may actually be one of the body's secret weapons against obesity. Dr. Benjamin Bikman and other metabolic researchers argue that bilirubin plays a far more important role than anyone imagined in the fight against fat. Why? Because bilirubin is a powerful antioxidant. Research from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, has shown that bilirubin helps reduce inflammation inside fat tissue. And when inflammation is lowered, the body becomes more sensitive to insulin. This is crucial because insulin sensitivity determines whether your body stores energy as fat or burns it for fuel. The better your insulin works, the easier it is to flip the switch from storage mode to fat-burning mode. A striking real-world example comes from people with Gilbert syndrome, a genetic condition in which the liver allows bilirubin levels to build up in the blood. You might expect this to be harmful, but the opposite is true. Studies published in the Journal of the American Heart Association show that these individuals are less likely to struggle with obesity, and they also enjoy a lower risk of heart disease and atherosclerosis. In fact, Gilbert syndrome patients consistently demonstrate better cardiovascular health and reduced metabolic risk thanks to bilirubin's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. This raises an exciting possibility. Could bilirubin be the missing factor in why some people naturally stay leaner and healthier than others? Scientists are beginning to believe so, and their findings could reshape the way we think about fat loss.
If bilirubin reduces inflammation and improves insulin sensitivity, that's already powerful. But its effects go even deeper, down to the cellular engines of our body, the mitochondria. These tiny powerhouses are responsible for turning nutrients into usable energy. Without healthy mitochondria, the body easily becomes metabolically inflexible, stuck in sugar-burning mode and unable to efficiently switch to burning fat. Recent studies from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden and the University of Cambridge have revealed that bilirubin activates a protein called UCP1, uncoupling protein 1. This protein triggers a process known as energy uncoupling, where stored fat is burned off as heat rather than stored on your waistline. In simple terms, bilirubin helps transform stubborn white fat, the kind that accumulates around your belly, into brown fat, which acts like a furnace, constantly burning energy. But bilirubin doesn't stop there. It also stimulates PGC1-alpha, a master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis. This means your body can actually produce more mitochondria, boosting its overall ability to burn fat. As Dr. Bickman explains, the more mitochondria you have, the more flexible your metabolism becomes, allowing you to smoothly shift between burning sugar and burning fat. This mitochondrial effect is why researchers at institutions like the European Association for the Study of Obesity now consider bilirubin a promising new frontier in obesity treatment. By enhancing thermogenesis, heat production, and metabolic flexibility, bilirubin sets the stage for sustainable fat loss, not the short-lived results of crash diets. In other words, bilirubin may be the missing biochemical switch that helps your body finally unlock fat burning at the cellular level.
While bilirubin works at the cellular level, another hormone governs the bigger picture of metabolism: leptin. Discovered in the 1990s by researchers at Rockefeller University, leptin is often called the satiety hormone. It communicates directly with the hypothalamus in the brain, signaling when you've had enough to eat and helping regulate energy balance. In a healthy system, high leptin levels after meals tell the brain, "Stop eating, we have enough energy." But here's the global problem. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 4 billion people worldwide suffer from some form of leptin resistance. In this condition, leptin levels may be high, but the brain no longer responds to the signal. The result? Constant hunger, sugar cravings, and an inability to regulate weight effectively. Dr. Benjamin Bickman points out that this is one of the most underestimated metabolic traps, especially for seniors who often struggle with appetite control despite eating enough calories. Scientific studies back this up. A 2020 study led by Dr. Aimin Kong in China, published in Frontiers in Endocrinology, found that overweight women who adopted a low-carb ketogenic diet saw leptin levels drop by more than twofold compared to those on a low-fat diet. Importantly, lowering leptin levels restored the body's sensitivity to it, making the hormone work properly again. Leptin also stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, just like bilirubin, particularly in muscle cells. This means it doesn't just regulate appetite, it actively encourages the body to use fat as fuel. When leptin sensitivity is restored, metabolism shifts gears. Instead of saving energy and storing fat, the body freely burns calories, including stored fat reserves. This makes leptin one of the most powerful but often ignored keys to sustainable fat loss.
Even if you improve bilirubin and leptin, there's one hormone that can undo your progress: cortisol. Known as the stress hormone, cortisol is produced by the adrenal glands in response to pressure, lack of sleep, or emotional strain. While short bursts of cortisol can be helpful in emergencies, chronic elevation is disastrous for weight management. Dr. Benjamin Bickman and endocrinologists at the Mayo Clinic warn that high cortisol levels push the body into constant energy storage mode. It stimulates the liver to release more glucose into the bloodstream, raises appetite, especially for sugary foods, and reduces insulin sensitivity. Over time, this combination makes belly fat accumulate rapidly while suppressing the body's ability to burn stored fat. Worse still, excess cortisol erodes muscle mass, the very tissue most responsible for glucose uptake and calorie burning. This metabolic storm is one reason stress is closely linked with diabetes and obesity. Studies from the University of California, San Francisco have shown that even a few nights of poor sleep can spike cortisol dramatically, undermining weeks of careful dieting and exercise. The psychological chain reaction is equally damaging. You work hard, see no results, get discouraged, and stress rises, causing even more fat gain. That's why stress management is not optional, it's essential. Practical steps include going to bed earlier to protect circadian rhythms, practicing deep breathing or meditation in the morning, walking daily, and avoiding overtraining. Cutting alcohol and limiting caffeine to 1 or 2 cups a day also helps regulate cortisol. When you support your body's natural hormone balance through bilirubin, leptin, and cortisol control, you no longer fight against your biology. Instead, you work with it, making weight loss not just possible, but sustainable. Thank you for watching our Senior Health series. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science-backed health insights.